are vessels to him. Then he begins to work in us, both to will and to do of his own good pleasure. It's not a static thing. Grace is not for static purposes. Grace is dynamic. Grace is for a purpose. Grace is for direction. Grace is for destiny. And destiny is not the same as ambition. Destiny is the vision of the Lord for your life. Ambition is your vision for yourself. And they could be opposites. And so the Lord is saying, the model with which we are running our life, if we don't come to a place where we have an encounter that causes a change in the model, a change in the direction, we might do this kind of conferences, get stirred up, but just give 1 week, 1 month. People are right there. If self is still alive, self will propel you to chase what pleases the eyes, the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, the pride of life. The same thing that happened to Adam and Eve in the garden, with which they lost the mantle of the kingdom. Lust of the eyes, lust of the flesh, pride of life. And the Lord is saying, it's time, men and brethren, to be radical. Somebody said to the other, radical time. Let me tell you, this radicalism is serious. So at times it will touch your flesh. It will touch your flesh. In many things, radical decisions. Do you know that there's some people now, even some major celebrities and some Christians? Let me use a typical example. Every woman loves a wig, okay? Every woman loves a wig, generally. But do you know that people are beginning to discover that these wigs are actually products of dedication of people to their goddess? Across India, women go and if you know that truth, that you will ever allow a dedicated object that is used to make money for another god, a small god, will you allow it to decorate your being?
Never. Never.
That's why I said some of these things may be radical. When you begin to walk in kingdom truth, you are, until then, you are playing.
That's right.
Some of you say, okay, that grace the Lord has worked in Apostle George and Pastor Greg. We thank the Lord for you, but please listen to this. We thank you, but listen to this. Whatever you see today, each of it is a product of dealings. Dealings. The Lord had to deal with me. My roots in Nigeria, their roots, the people, there are some things they love. They hold it very high. One of them is property, money. The Lord had to break that. Give me money. Give us money. After some years, say, you know what? You love me more than this. Say, yes, Lord. He said, give it away. Are you understanding me? Because it was even said by, I think, Tafawa Balewa, that the only way you know that Igbo man is dead is if you take money and shake it around his ear. If he doesn't respond, you know he's dead. He came to position. Of course, you've heard that story when IMF was started, when the Lord asked Apostle Vance to move on and it was time to take over. And, I just sensed, I called Pastor Grace. I was in London then. I said, look at what we've been offered this network. You know what? Let's recommend Dr. Kos to take it. Let's remain as international coordinator. Listen, we offered it. We gave it up. We didn't know it was the dealings of the Lord. And for 8 years, he was the vision bearer. Until the Lord said, no, IMF can't go further if you don't take it up. And he behaved like a broken man himself. When I had to tell him, I said, brother, look at what Lord says. He said, what are you talking about? I've been waiting for you. Everybody knows that the vision he is given to you. So you see, among spiritual people, there's no pride.
Yes,
there's nothing you are hanging on. So the Lord had to break it. I can give you instances about half a dozen things the Lord had to do. The point I'm making is, even as this conference has come, there are some things the Lord will make a demand on you. If you shift it, you have kicked the ball down the road. You still meet the ball. And the problem with many believers is that the Lord comes close to grip them. And it requires them to give up something. It requires them to take a dealing of the Lord. They find an excuse. And their popular excuse is to look for backsliding preachers and their theology, their worldly theology. But I'm saying to you, the key to walk in excellence is what the Lord gave to us in Matthew 16:24. If anyone will follow after me, let him deny himself, pick up his cross and follow me. Amen. Follow him to where? Follow me to Calvary. What happens at Calvary? Paul told us in Galatians 2:20, I am crucified with Christ, nevertheless I live, yet not I. The life I now live, I am simply a vessel carrying his grace. His grace says, go right, I go right. Go left, I go left. Stand still, I stand still. And that is what the Lord, let me tell you, this is the beginning of receiving grace for excellence. The day you surrender the old man, you surrender that God called self, the day you overthrow his lordship. You know why it's so important? Because it is only then that you can truly love people. The Bible says, let love be without dissimulation, no agenda. You are not seeking anything in return. You can bless that brother. You can bless that sister. You can do what the Lord wants you to do. And there is nothing. It's not a quick pro situation. Do you to get. You know, these days is rub my back, I rub your back. Love that the Lord wants us to walk in. We can never walk in it until there's a death of the self-man. And when that happens, then we can serve him sincerely. There will be nothing inside of us that will speak negatively. Do you know IMF has suffered? The biggest problem IMF suffered is not anything you all know. Let me give you the secret now. The major suffering of IMF is that a lot come into the network to piggyback it to achieve their objective. So the result is, instead of dying to self that we all will be built up into the Lord and into one another, instead of being instruments and channels of blessing, a lot used to, I'm talking about before, but the Lord is changing the tide now. Across the world, there are people who are now genuine. I'm talking about how people became the biggest problem. They join the network. If we are come to a meeting like this, all they are doing is their complimentary card. All that we preach, they won't hear. All they are targeting who they can get for themselves. Text. That's all. Self will make it impossible for anyone to walk in excellence. And to begin to walk in grace. Grace is available for empty vessels. Amen. The Bible says in the book of James, he gives more grace. He gives more grace. There is some, just like I told you yesterday, wisdom and grace are two things the Father will never, he will never rebuke you for asking for more.